My lights just flickering? Why are my lights flickering? My lights are flickering. What's up, everybody? What's going on? Here we are today in my shop, my favorite place to be, of course. And today, I'm just hanging out in here. We have really high winds going on, and plus it rained like all day today. So there's definitely nothing really good going on with the flying. But I can't wait to actually post my video about my first time using the speed bar on the Star. And it was an adventure for sure. I was super excited about doing it. And come to find out, I think I was extremely lucky doing it too because I had so much sand on the back end of my wing, inside the wing, you know, because I do so much beach flying, of course, that like, I don't know. That's why my takeoff was so bad. And I even nicked one of my lines. I didn't cut it or anything. I actually just cut the sheathing off of the, you know, exterior part of the line, which I can't think of what the term is. But I already ordered a new line. It's already on the way. So I should have it by sometime next week, which I'm really looking forward to. But, you know, I've been already flying the wing so many times now since I've actually nicked it and done the speed bar for the first time that it's like, I don't want to say it's a big deal or not, but for me, having that wing, I don't want any of the lines being like that. And I'm trying to make sure that everything is, you know, always fine with that wing. I'm not trying to fly a wing with like ripped up lines or anything like that, of course. So I feel like it looks a little foggy in here for some reason. Why does it look like that? Let me see if the lens is all right. Guess it's all the same. Oh yeah, maybe it was actually a little messed up. Right there. Go with that. Not too bad. Oh man, I'll tell you what. I wish I was actually at Bad Apples, dude. Vitarazzi team actually hit me up trying to ask where I was at. They thought that I was there, which is actually really depressing that I'm not there now because they're all over there. And I'm gonna make it a point that no matter what for next year, I am definitely gonna go out there. I'm not trying to miss out on that. And I can't believe that, you know, how much stuff that I have going on this year. That's the only reason why I'm not actually there right now. And if you guys all saw, did you guys see all that rain that came through and totally washed up their day yesterday, I believe, which was really upsetting. But, dude, it's just like an epic car show. I've never been to a really great big car show without it raining for at least a few hours. I've never. But yeah, so today in my shop, what I've been doing is I did a little bit of work to the hot rod. I also cleaned up both of the paramotors. It's like something that I really do enjoy doing. I like to actually make sure there's no sand on them. I like to actually go over everything. Like I do these pre-flight inspections in my shop. And I was trying to make sure that, you know, there's nothing obvious that's broken or looks like it's about to break. So, you know, I always like to check my motor mounts because I installed both of these engines on both of these models. And this motor, the MY22, has also been on the Star frame. So, or I'm sorry, it's also been on the Expedition frame. So, you know, I really overlook everything. I really try to check everything out all the time very thoroughly and very, you know, I'm like really on that kind of stuff because, you know, it is crazy that I do fly all the time. And then I basically like put these two together. And when I first got the Expedition, when I got that, I didn't even get it with the hoop section put together because the guy who I bought it from did a really bad landing, which I'm assuming, I don't really know. He made an assumption that when he wanted to go fire it up, it hit his hoop section, but the way that it looked when he gave me the pieces, it actually looked like he came in and did a really bad landing and he like exploded the paramotoring hoop section, you know, because I didn't even get it with a prop or anything like that. So, but yeah, so now what I got going on is, you know, like I said, I cleaned them both up really good. I did a pre-flight inspection on both of them, so they're both actually prepped and ready to go for their next flight, which I can't wait. The Expedition actually has so much fuel in it that I want to probably fly that up for the next flight, depending on how we're going to go flying. Like, the Expedition doesn't have a reserve on it, which I do want to get a reserve for that. Just so like I can go fly it around and not be like, you know, bugging out about anything. But for the most part, you know, I do enjoy flying the Star over the Expedition because the Star is just so much stronger. It's really nice. I love the structure of it and how it feels. I do like the bench seat harness over the split leg. having the split leg harness is dramatically different, but I don't know. It's just different, you know. Like split leg is actually really cool for like if you don't want to do a lot of hands up flying and you're like basically you like actually doing a lot of weight shift because the split leg hugs your thighs so much that like you almost don't have a choice. You're basically flying with your legs on top of, you know, doing your little bit of controlling with your hands. So I do enjoy that part of it, but what I don't like is the takeoffs with the split leg harness. I just feel like it's, I don't know. I'm not a really big fan of it. I'm going to post a YouTube video about that in the next couple of days of my flying the other day with the Expedition. And, you know, the Star, man, I don't know how to explain how much better it really is. The Star is just an absolute dream. Having the bench seat is just, to me, what I've been actually waiting to have. And, you know, when I got the Expedition, it came with the split leg APCO harness, which I'm not against or I'm saying anything bad about. It's just that everybody is different. I actually enjoy that I have both different sets. But I did come to find out that when I did fly the Expedition the other day, I did have a lot of sand in my wing, which I didn't realize. And that could have been, you know, due to the cause of my really sloppy takeoff. And it was sloppy. I was like not happy. That took me like, I don't know how many attempts, but I can't wait to go through the video and actually see how many attempts it took. But yeah, regardless of that, I like, you know, I don't know about any of you, but I really do enjoy this paramotoring life. I love the idea of having aircrafts that are in my shop with my hot rod here. You know, I built this garage when I realized that I was getting this shop, and I used to keep my first paramotor, the Expedition, over there in my shed, which is right next door to the garage here. And it, you know, it's so funny, right where we're sitting right here is where my shed used to actually be in the yard. And that's just an 8x8x8 tall shed that I'm pretty sure you can probably buy them like at your Home Depot or Lowe's, or they come as like a kit where you can build them at your house. But yeah, I was able to actually like pick that shed up with like, you know, jacking it up, of course, and then I put rollers under it, like anything like pipes, for an example, and then I actually rolled it over about, you know, I don't know, 35 feet or so over that way. The garage that we're in here is a 16 wide by 20 long. And the idea was to have it for the hot rod. And if anyone's curious, it's 14 foot high too as well. But yeah, you know, I love my paramotor shop. I love the paramotoring adventure. To me, it's definitely things that I thought that I would never really have, and now I do have it because I pushed for it, you know, and I had a dream about it, and then I gave myself these little goals, and then, you know, with having those little goals, I was able to, you know, work myself up to where I'm sitting at right now, which, you know, I absolutely love. But, you know, what's sad is that, well, it's not really sad, but I wish I was at Bad Apples, and, you know, like I said, I'm such a busy guy. I don't only just fly, you know, I do a lot of hot rod shows. I do a lot of ATV runs and stuff like that. And also, I am in the boating life too, you know. It's not like I just do one thing. I do a lot of things. And I love that life. I love the energy that I have, and I love that I thrive and try to do multiple things other than just flying and hot rodding, you know. Quad rodding is really great. And then I can't wait to show you guys the boat that I just got. This boat that I just got is something totally different than what I've always normally had. It's something that I'm really excited about, and I can't wait to show you guys. And what's going to be really funny is that I'm going to be able to put the paramotor on the back. That's what's going to be epic. So it's, like I said, something totally different, something totally left field from what I normally would have. I've had a lot of center consoles. Hi, what's up, Scoob? What's happening, man? Dude, it's so funny. Dude, did you see all that bad weather that's going on? And you know what's so funny, dude, that you just dropped that comment? So, do you know Vito that hangs out with Tucker Gott? Have you ever seen him in his videos and stuff like that? He's the one that flies that blue wing. Damn, I can't think of the name right now, but Tucker Gott has hung out with him a lot of times. They're friends, you know, Vito. Vito lives, like, right down the road from me. And I hang out with Vito at times. Okay, yeah, so you do know who I'm talking about. Yeah, Vito, he calls me last night, right? He called me like multiple times. And he's like, oh, Dan. He's like, man, I see you're out flying all the time. You're not hitting me up, blah, blah, blah. He goes, and then he's messing with me, of course. And then he's like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm over here at Bad Apples. I was like, dude, you are? And he was telling me all this stuff. And I was like, dude, I'm so jealous, man. I was like, dude, you're going to go hang out with Tucker Gott and all that. He's like, yeah, dude, I'm going to go hang out with all them guys. And, you know, and I was like thinking to myself, like, dang, why am I not there? And you know what's so crazy, Scoob? Dude, Vitarazzi hits me up this morning at like 5 o'clock this morning. And they're like, hey, Dan, you're here, right? Where are you at? We have to talk to you. And, man, you know, and I saw that text around like maybe 6:30 this morning, 7 o'clock when I was starting to get ready to go to work, you know, to leave the house. I normally leave my house every day around like 7 in the morning. And, dude, I like saw the text from Vitarazzi, you know, and I'm like, what? And I wrote to them saying, dude, I am not there right now. I'm so sorry. I said, man, now this is really heartbreaking. I wish I was there. And they said to me that, they're like, oh, man, make sure you come for the next season. We have something for you, you know. And I'm like thinking to myself, like, what the heck do they have for me? Because I've been trying to get on the V-Tribe team. I don't know if you've ever heard of that or not, but it's basically like their team. And I'm trying to get on it, you know, and you know, there's like two ways of getting on that team. It's either you make a lot of video content like I do, or you do a lot of competitions. But like where we live, there's not really a lot of competitions, you know. But I wish that like I could figure out something and make it so we can start having competitions around here, but like safer ones, something that's like where everybody can do it. It would be something that would be like really a lot of fun and like not so dangerous, I guess. I would love it to be more something like you got to fly to these multiple spots, pick up certain things, go drop them off. Maybe it would be a 2-day fly type of deal, but like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out something that I can do for competitions, you know, because I would love to start my own team if I can't be on a team. You know, I want to, you know, be more part of this, and I want to get other people to be a part of it. Like, it'd be really cool, just for like an example, if like I started something and got you involved with it and you were a part of these competitions down the road, you know? And like I said, I'm trying to raise more money on my YouTube channel to make this possible, you know? If I was making more money on YouTube instead of, let's say, just enough to be buying cameras and putting fuel in the paramotors, I'd be really thriving for, you know, this. And like I said, I'm trying to make it so, like, it's so worth it to everybody. Like, if I can make a little bit more money on YouTube, just getting a little bit more views on my videos, I would totally buy a paramotor and do a giveaway for the competition, or have the idea, like I was saying before, about like having like the choice of you guys picking a wing for like the second and third place winners, you know, but the first place winner obviously gets the paramotor. What did you just say? Laugh out loud. If I make 100 a year, it's normal, and every Friday. Okay, so right now, like what I'm making, it fluctuates, you know. So you actually make money on YouTube as well? I didn't realize that. That's actually really cool. And to be honest, that's something to definitely be very proud of, because there's so many people that don't realize that they could be making video content and be making money on it. Like my Facebook, I make money off that every month. And the best payout that I got in 1 month was $1,600, right? And I'll never forget that. But then right when I got that big payout, Meta, which is what pays me through Facebook, did this big drop. And that's why I'm having such a hard time, I think, for getting paid from Instagram now. Oh, okay. Wow. I didn't realize that, dude. That's actually really cool. See, I wish I started years ago. So I've only been doing YouTube now, I guess, really hard for like the past 2 years, but really been doing it for like 3 years. But these last 2 years, I guess going into this third year, like I've been really trying because I've been making money on it. And so it is hard to make money on the channel, and I have to post a lot of videos all the time to be making any type of an income. But like I said, right now, like with the YouTube channel, it's very different. That's why I don't even want to say the number. It's like, you can't actually accept any money unless you make more than $100, for the month. So like I fluctuate. So like the best payout so far I've gotten on YouTube was $1,000, so now I'm always floating under that. So I'm trying to make it so I could be making, if I can make more than $1,000 a month on YouTube, then I would do those competitions like all the time with the Paramotor giveaways and stuff. So it's so funny that you said that, Scoo. I'm actually glad that you brought that up because that's totally true. So right now, like a lot of my older long-term videos are starting to be watched more, I've noticed. And which I don't quite understand because they weren't anything good. But Kurt, what's up, dude? I'm glad that you're on here, man. Kurt, I don't know if you know Scoob. Scoob is another Paramotor pilot. Do you guys know each other? Just dropping that out there right now to see if you guys know each other. But yeah, like I was saying, like the YouTube Shorts are definitely a great way to keep that money flow going because I definitely get more views. Oh man, so Scoob, this is Kurt. Kurt is another PBG pilot. He is a trike pilot. I'm not quite sure what wing he's flying. Well, I'm happy to introduce both of you guys. Kurt, Scoob. Scoob actually has another name here, but he goes by Scoob on YouTube. His name is Steve. And Kurt, yeah, so Scoob he also trikes it too. But yeah, it's cool that you guys are both on here. You guys don't know each other. Well, now you guys get to meet each other. But yeah, so like I was saying, like the YouTube Shorts. Yeah, no. Yeah, Scuba Steve. I ain't gonna lie, Big Daddy was a good movie, man. I don't know anybody who doesn't like Adam Sandler. But no. Yeah, YouTube Shorts is definitely a great way to make money. But I've recently been like definitely having this upkeep on my older videos, which is actually nice. It's nice to know that those videos that I made so long ago are actually getting viewed a lot. Oh, okay. Oh, nice, dude. Oh, yeah. You know what, Kurt? I actually recall you telling me that you flew the Roadster. That's right. But you're flying the 28 meter. Dude, Steve, well, make sure that you definitely do some videos, man. Definitely be dropping because I can't wait to actually see that. I've been actually trying to think about maybe doing some Facebook lives. Something I've actually never done, and I have a decent following on there. Oh yeah, dude, good. Yeah, I can't wait to actually see that, man. That's gonna be cool, man. And you're gonna do that in North Carolina? I'm trying to remember. I'm actually drawing a blank right now. Was it North Carolina? Or Virginia? Okay, yeah, okay, that's right. Virginia. Yeah. So what I'm gonna try to push for is the Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania fly-in. Is it Jersey Shore? I think I'm saying that right. Yeah, I'm going to do that flying, which is out in Pennsylvania. It's about like a 3.5 hour hike for me here. And it's like, that comes up, I think, in the next month and a half, maybe 2 months away. But I'm trying to push to go to at least that fly-in. I've never even been to a fly-in yet. The biggest fly-in that I've been to was like one that was kind of set up by Vito down here in Cape May, all the way at the bottom of New Jersey. And then what happened was, because it wasn't a legit thing, now none of us are actually allowed to foot launch off the beach anymore. Yeah, Steve, dude, I've never actually been to a fly-in yet, dude. It's so funny. That's what Viterazzi was saying to me this morning. They were like, no fly-ins? And I'm like, yeah, I haven't actually been to one, and I guess I don't want to say I've been worried about going to one. Like, I really want to be a part of that. Oh, really, dude? Oh, my God. That's what's so cool is that, like, everybody that you're hanging out with is, like, thriving to do the same thing that we're all doing. And I couldn't imagine the excitement and how much talking I would probably do with everybody, I feel like every time I go to a car show or, like, an air show, like, sometimes I'll bring my Model A with the Paramotor on the back to an air show that's around here. man, I feel like it's the most talking that I've ever done with anybody. And I love people, you know, and I love talking to everybody. I love expressing about how great paramotoring is. And I love the car life, you know, of course. But paramotoring, seriously, is the biggest life-changing game changer that's ever been in my life. And I couldn't imagine hanging out with so many other people that have that same feeling. Kurt, you hung out with Kyle O too? Oh my gosh. I feel like so left out right now. I cannot believe that you've hung out with Kyle as well, man. Ah, I can't believe it. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I feel so left out right now, Scoob. Like, knowing that both of you guys have been with Kyle O, I feel like a nobody now. That's so crazy. I am so jealous. And, dude, what's up with Kyle O anyway? Dude, I've messaged him so many times, just reaching out, asking if everything's all right, dying to see another one of his videos. I don't understand why he's not posting. Yo, what's up, man? Okay, so now, yeah, so I guess now, it's not just me who hasn't met Kyle. What's up, dude? What's happening, man? Yo, what's happening? Oh, I love it that people are hopping on the live right now. You know what's so crazy? And I'm not trying to bring up anything sour, but what do you guys think? Like, I remember he did a video, one of his last videos. Dude, I know, man. That's how it's been here in Jersey. It's been raining all day, and it's been high winds. But Kyle, oh, one of his last videos he did, I saw, and I'm not trying to talk bad or bring up anything bad, but he was talking a lot about Trevor Steele's, and he was talking about how it's not right that he was like showing about how to fly low or something like that. I'm not really sure. What video are you talking about? Oh, I know what you're talking about. No way, that was you that said that? Wow. Is that where you're from? Oh, okay, I see. Okay, right. Wow. Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's cool that you were actually in his video too. That's actually really sick, man. Yeah, you know, I don't know. It's just so crazy because like Kyle O made those comments about Trevor Steele about his like flying, and then like I haven't seen like any other video. I think he posted one other video after that, but then that was it. And I almost wonder if like so many people now are posting videos about paramotoring, and that's why he's like not doing it so much. I don't really understand. You know, like for me, it hurts my feelings because like to be totally honest, I really enjoyed watching all of Kyle's videos. I've watched probably 90% of all of Kyle O's videos. And then, like, I used to really, I obviously really enjoy watching Tucker Gott's videos. And that's why I don't understand why Kyle O's not really posting them videos anymore. And, you know, I do get it. Like, having a life of work and then also trying to be a YouTuber is super hard. Like, right now, I have, like, now 12 videos that I'm working on trying to post on the channel, and I don't even know if I'll be ready to post my next one by Sunday. You know, that's what is upsetting to me. I have so much video content from the past 2 weeks now of all this flying. Oh yeah, dude, totally, man. I totally get you, Fives. I feel like, you know, like, my work is always so different. It's never the same hours. I always go to work at the same time every morning. I always leave my house every day at 7 in the morning to get to the job. But every day is so different. Sometimes I'll work till dark. Sometimes I'm done by 12. Sometimes I don't even work at all, you know? And that's what, like, kind of, like, guided me towards trying to be a YouTuber, you know? Because, like, I feel like now with times where I'm not working, I try to get right onto these videos. I try to maybe go out and fly if it's flyable. That's what I love about living by the beach. Because if it's beach laminar winds, we can fly all day. Don't get it wrong. I've definitely realized now that we can get some thermals at the beach from flying at the beach so much. And I didn't even think that was possible until actually just recently. You know, when you have these great winds that are coming off the beach, but if it's hot enough, man, you will feel some thermal activity off of the beach end. And I didn't know that was possible. I thought that was more of something once you got past, like, so we have the beach, then we have, you know, the bay, and then we have the marsh, and then we have the inland. And I live obviously on the inland part. I don't live on the island. And, dude, I like didn't realize that, like, you know, I thought that the thermals came from the inland. Dude, I know that he's a blast, dude. That's so cool that you trained with him. So did Scuba Steve here. He also trained with him as well. I don't know how long he was with him. So, Kurt, you were with him for 2 weeks? Steve, how long did you actually hang out with him for? Is that like the normal? That's the one thing that I feel like I missed out on, which, like, I don't want to say I didn't get properly trained. And I'm not here saying that I'm a self-trained pilot, because I'm not. I was lucky enough to get a mentor, and he couldn't wait to show me how to fly because he had nobody to fly with. And to be totally honest, like, Azmat is not certified. He has been flying for a lot of years before I met him. And, you know, like, he showed me how to become a paramotor pilot. And I don't want to say that I'm anything good or that I am the best. I just am a pilot, you know. And then hanging out with Pilot Tom, he has pushed me into being who I'm at, like, today, like, where I'm doing things now in the air, pushing it for the speed bar life, trying tricks in the air and stuff like that, and just amazing. You know, I love the journey that I'm on because, like, it was totally different. That's why I actually I have a journal that I write, like, everything down, because it's like almost like something out of a movie. It was like I've been doing nothing but good for everybody my whole entire life. I've always done more for everybody than anyone's ever done for me. And then, like, when Azmat came into my life, when I found out about paramotoring, it was like this dream come true that was handed to me. And it was so amazing. And Azmat wouldn't even take any money from me. He just wanted me to be a safe pilot. Oh, okay. Wow. All right, Steve. I didn't realize that. So you were only there for 1 week, but it was because work-related issues? Yeah, you know what's so crazy? I've seen a lot of people write that it's a 2-week course, you know, and I don't really typically know how much it would cost to, you know, pay to be getting trained, you know. Don't get it wrong, though. When I started hanging out with Pilot Tom, I paid him to go up for the tandem flights. I paid him for, like, other little things, of course. And, you know, because he has showed me a lot of things, and he is on, I don't want to call him an instructor, but he is certified for all that stuff, you know. And he's like one that wouldn't probably push to be an instructor, but so Scoob, or Steve, I'm sorry, I keep calling you Scoob or Steve. So Steve, it's so funny that you said that. So Azmat, dude, he taught me how to ground handle so good. And to me, that was all about your takeoffs, right? Basically, you're basically teaching yourself to understand the control of the wing, but your takeoffs. And it was so funny. I did 8 flights until I was able to actually land on my feet for the first time correctly. It took me 8 times. And because all these other times, I would do these funny butt slide landings. What if I say? What is only? So, dude, you're totally right, man. We all do progress in a totally different way, and I tried to totally self-train, and I'll never forget it. I got that expedition, right? And before I met Azmat, before I met Pilot Tom, before I even hung out with anybody that I even knew that lived around here that did paramotoring, I told myself I can watch a Tucker Got video and I can do this. So I actually bought parts to finish my hoop section. I bought a propeller, which is actually up on the wall. It's the one that's closer to my RC plane that you guys can barely see in the video. But I got all that stuff. I'm all excited, dude. I had my Ozone Buzz at the time, which I still actually currently have that wing, which I'm trying to give that wing away soon. But long story short, dude, I tried to go self-train, and I thought that I could just go hook right up to that wing without really doing any ground handling yet. And I'm hooked up to it. I have the paramotor on my back, but the paramotor wasn't running. And I was kind of, I hate to admit it, but it was totally true. I was showing off a little bit. and I thought that I could like bring the wing up in a reverse launch, which I've never even done before, and I didn't. It's so crazy. I wish I had the video to share. I didn't even cross them right. I just lapped them over each other. I didn't even like fold it over like you're supposed to hook into your carabiners. And dude, it was so crazy, dude. The wind was like 20 miles an hour. I'll never forget. The wind came up and it made a wall. Like I didn't even get it above my head. I made it like the wall in front of me. And dude, I got thrown forward and dragged so violently going towards the woods. And I'll never forget that my stepbrother at the time was there. He was laughing at me, of course, because it did probably look funny. But, dude, he came running across the field, and he was smart enough, but it was all just on luck. He grabbed the one side of all my lines on, I don't remember what side it was, the left or the right side. And he just grabbed it and started, bringing it in by hand. And he was able to collapse my wing from having that wall that I had. And, dude, I had mud all over me because I slid through all this mud and stuff like that. And that's when I realized I had no idea what I was doing. And it's sad to say this. I actually put that paramotor away for almost 7 months. It was probably really more like 6 months, I was so depressed and hurt that I just tried to keep cutting that wing for like 2.5 to 3 months, I was trying to like maybe it was more like 4 months, that I was like trying to figure out the wing, watch YouTube videos, thinking that I could still do it, but I couldn't figure it out, and I was not doing anything right, and I was having this weird blockage, and then I found out about the Facebook groups, and then I saw Azmats flying right on the beach that I live right next to, and I was able to be smart enough to figure out his account name on Facebook. I reached out to him, and then, dude, all my dreams came true the next day. He flew my setup, and I had that setup, like I was saying, for like 6 months prior, and I saw Azmat fly it in the first 10 minutes I met him. So that's totally true, Scoob. You're totally right, man. I made the biggest mistake by, buying my gear first, but I was just so excited and I like couldn't hold back. And at that time, I was working so much that I couldn't take off. I had my own construction business, and if I stopped working, then there's no money flow at all. And it was really stressful. I was super upset and I felt defeated, and I didn't want to give it up. And it's something that deep down inside, I just wanted so bad. And I felt like, man, I'm so close to being a pilot. I could figure this out on my own. And I really couldn't. And all I did was I actually hurt the gear a lot. Dude, I bent up the bottom of that so much that I had to actually get a custom weld job all over the whole bottom of that thing. And I actually even structurally made it a lot stronger too, which is kind of cool, but still super upsetting though that I had to even go through that, ton of butt landings. And like I said, it took me to my 8th flight to actually land correctly. And what's so funny? My 8th flight was when I actually met Pilot Tom. Me and Pilot Tom were up in the air. It was my first time flying with Tom. Tom's this really experienced pilot. And I didn't even have an admit it to him yet. Like, hey, this is my 8th flight, blah, blah, blah. I just went there. I hung out with Tom on the beach. It was high winds. Oh, nah. To go see that too, Steve, right now. I'm actually glad that you said that. I'm probably about to hop off the live then. Like I said, I'm trying to do these lives just to interact with everybody. And, Steve, I'm actually glad that you said that. I'm not really doing anything. I'm just hanging out in the shop, just trying to talk and hang out with you guys. No, definitely true. Like, don't get it wrong. There's a lot that I totally learned for myself too, no doubt. And I'm still learning a lot on my own. But there was a few things I couldn't understand. But yeah, man, I'd actually like to go and potentially go hop on the live with the aviators and go see what's going on. Oh, right now, Scoob? You're saying the sound's actually bad right now? I'll just wait a few more minutes then. We still have Fives on here. We got you. I don't know if Kurt's still on here or not, but no, Five, like, you're self-trained, right? If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that you dropped the comment before that you're a self-trained pilot. Ah, nice, Scoob. Okay, cool, perfect. Scoob just dropped the link right now for Aviator. It's live right now. Oh, Kurt, that's awesome, dude. Well, I'm glad that you're still on here, man. Like I said, I try to push to go on these lives. I'm trying to really interact more with you guys. I actually really enjoy hanging out with you guys. It is a lot of fun, and I actually really look forward to this. Hey, you know what they say? If you can kite in it, you can fly in it, right? Well, I don't know about when it's inland like that, but still. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, like I was saying, I really like the people that I've met and who I get to hang out with and fly with today. Like Azmat to me is the coolest guy I've ever met, hands down in the paramotoring world. And Tom is this excellent pilot that I feel so privileged that I get to fly with all the time. He's so good, and he's like that type of pilot that pushes you to learn more every day, and I love that. And he makes everything seem so simple, and when I was flying with just Azmat in the very beginning, I did have a lot of fear. I was really worried, thinking that wing could just collapse on its own out of nowhere and stuff, and I didn't realize how good the wings were until I did my first tandem flight, which was my 11th flight that I did with pilot Tom, and that was a ton of fun, and I absolutely loved it. But yeah, I don't know. I love this paramotoring life. I think it's... Oh, nice, Kurt. Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I flew yesterday, and I flew the day before. I've been flying every day except today. Today is the first time I haven't flown this week because of the super bad weather. We had high winds today of like 40-mile-an-hour gusting, and also rain. It was like a hard mist all day today. It rained a little bit, but not like regular rain. It was like more of a really thick mist all day, and we all know that that's not good for flying. But regardless, it was it was one of the best weeks I've had in paramotoring for sure, and last week too. I can't believe how much I wrote in my flight book. Kurt, do you have yourself like a flight book? And Steve, if you're still on here, do you guys write down all your flights, your timing, where you fly at, how high you got up to, what the winds were like that day? Like for me, I have a journal that I write about my life every single day, which is I do write about my flying in there, but I don't go as detailed as I do in my flight book log. Man, it's so awesome that I write down all my flights. It's awesome that I write down what time I fly, what the winds were like, what happened in the flight. Did I learn anything new this day, or what did I feel that was different than the last flight, kind of thing. And man, I love that. I love it. But yeah, wow, 38 minutes on the live already. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, I wish I can. Tomorrow is going to be a good day here in South New Jersey for flying, but I'm actually going to be in PA all day tomorrow in Pennsylvania. We got a graduation party that I'm going to, and we're going to go eat out at a really fancy restaurant, which I'm really excited about. So I think it's going to be Fogo de Chao. I don't know if any of you guys ever been to Fogo de Chao, but talk about some good meat. It is good. Wow. So Kurt, if you don't mind me asking, because you have every one of your videos, I'm actually impressed. I actually have videoed every single one of my flights too from the beginning. But I have a hard time keeping them all. That's why I was really excited with being a YouTuber, because now every flight I do does go onto the YouTube channel. But yesterday, for example, I flew 4 times yesterday before Pilot Tom came to the beach. And I didn't video any of that. I got 4 flights in. And when I say 4 flights in, I would fly around, land, kite the wing, turn back around, go back up in the air. I did that 4 times. And then when Pilot Tom came, I came and landed. And I dropped the wing down. I hung out with Tom for a minute. And then we both went up. And then that was my 5th flight of yesterday. So I flew 5 times yesterday, And I wrote that all down in my book, of course. But I didn't video the first 4 flights, and it sucks because It was actually really peaceful to go out flying and not worrying about a camera, because they kind of can be in the way, and frustrating when they're not working right. But it was so crazy. I was out flying yesterday before Tom came, and I cannot believe it. The Coast Guard helicopter is flying next to me, not right next to me, of course. They were a couple 100 feet away, but they were matching my speed along the beach. And they were like clocking my speeds, I'm assuming. They might have been radioing into me, but I don't have a radio set to be able to talk to them, which I think now, knowing that the Coast Guard knows that I'm always there, I feel like I should be more responsible and get a radio headset so I can be talking to them. So that's going to be the next helmet. So I'm going to be in the works now building my next helmet, which will be the same style that I have now, but I'm going to make it so I can talk radio to another pilot up in the air like them. Because there's no excuse why I'm not doing that now, like where I do fly where there is multiple aircrafts in the air, and I am the slowest one. Well, actually having the Roadster now, I'm actually not considered the slowest one. It's amazing how fast the Roadster actually really is compared to some other wings that I fly with. So, here, excuse me for 1 second. 1 second, I'll be right back. Sorry about that, Kurt. So I guess we lost Steve. Steve's probably watching Aviators live right now. Do you watch Aviators videos and stuff like that? I feel like it would be probably a lot of fun to probably go and watch that, because I feel like, I don't want to say that I'm on the boring side, but, hanging out in Dan's Hot Rod shop isn't really that exciting. But Kurt, dude, I really do appreciate that you come on here and you watch and, you drop your comments and stuff like that. It actually means a lot to me because I really do enjoy making these videos. I really enjoy getting to interact with people just like you. And to me, this is what I look forward to for the week. Like I said, I'm really trying to push for Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and it's hard to do, it's not easy to do. And I feel like I'm like pushing myself so hard just to be on these lives sometimes. And like I just found out that I can do a YouTube live on my GoPro. And what I want to do is my next flight that I'm going to do, which I hope to be on Sunday, is I'm going to try to do a YouTube live of how I set up and all that stuff with my GoPro on. And hopefully get to bring everybody up for a flight on the YouTube live. So that would be really cool, very exciting, more entertaining than just hanging out in my shop. Yeah, Kurt, dude, you're the man, dude. I really do appreciate you being on here, man. It's nice. Like I said, it's hard to do these lives, and it's even harder to do them when I don't have a lot of people that do come on here. And don't get it wrong, sometimes I'll come on these lives, we'll have a ton of pilots on here, bunch of people. And don't get it wrong, we had actually a couple new faces on this live dropping some comments, which was really exciting. Kurt, that does mean a lot to me, man. Sometimes I feel like it's so hard to just make a video to post on YouTube, especially the long-term stuff. And it's so hard to make a video from an hour and a half to 2 hours long into 8 minutes, or realistically, it seems like most of my videos that I do make on the long-term channel are anywhere from like 12 minutes to 15 minutes, because it's so hard to, dude, it's so hard to keep everything out of the video, because like to me it's all exciting. I want to share it all, but I know that if I make these long-term videos, nobody really wants to see all that stuff. Maybe some, maybe like yourself, but it's so hard, because like to me the whole flight is just amazing, and I like sharing my takeoffs and my landings, and I love being up in the air showing what I'm actually doing, and I don't know. It's super fun, you know. And it's like I said, my hardest part about editing a video is what I'm not gonna keep in the video, you know. Because like to me, like I'm saying, I want to keep it all. Like some of my most favorite videos that I have recently posted are my uncut videos, where you see me set up, you see how like I start up my paramotor sometimes, and lately the star has been giving me a little bit of issues, nothing big, so I've been ground starting it a lot, which is obviously not cool. Um, but I like sharing that so much more because that comes out to being like a 17 to 20-minute video, but it's me getting up in the air, buzzing around, not editing anything out, and then coming on the ground, and it's like what it really is like, you know. And I'm not here to hide anything. That's how I feel like when I edit my videos. I feel like I'm hiding things and like my mistakes, me accidentally maybe cursing or little funny things like that. And like I said, I'm not trying to hide anything. I actually like, I don't know. I really like sharing the whole experience. But like for me, I don't have that big of a following here on YouTube to be able to post such long videos for everybody to watch. And you know, I don't know if you know, Kurt, but like when you're trying to be a video creator, you know, you have a duration time of what your average view time is, like for your videos that you post. And I hate to admit it, but the truth is my average view time on YouTube is actually 5 minutes. And to me, it's so hard. It's so hard to make a video under 5 minutes to cram an hour or 2 hours of a flight time into 5 minutes. Wow, really, Kurt? That's actually cool to know. I always like the long-term videos and the uncut videos are cool. Yeah, dude, yeah, like to me, I love it. You know, I like not hiding anything. I like not editing anything out. And you know, it's so funny. Like becoming a video creator, I never realized how much I actually cursed until I start videoing myself. Or like these funny things that I would do, you know, like how I would breathe, for an example, or like it's just so funny, like these little funny things that I always did that I didn't realize that were like terrible, you know. But I feel like now, like when I go out in public, I don't breathe this funny, weird way anymore, and I definitely don't curse like at all anymore. Like to me, I feel like when you're cursing a lot, I don't want to call it you're displaying ignorance, but it's almost like, you know, you don't have to talk and curse in every sentence, you know what I mean? Like, so for me, I'm trying so hard to be better. You know, that's the whole point of why I have this journal about my life, is that I'm just trying to be a little bit better than I was yesterday. That's all it is, you know, like I'm not trying to make these huge goals to be like anything crazy. Like, don't get it wrong, like I would love to have more in life for sure, but I already feel so rich inside, you know. That's why I love making these videos. They make me feel like what I've been wanting to always do. Like, I don't know about you, Kurt, but I don't want to say I've always wanted to be an actor, but I've always wanted to be in a movie. And being a YouTuber is like a great example of being in a movie. You know, it's like, man, Dan's life in a movie, you know, or in a video. And I love that I do something that's just so different than what all of my friends I grew up with are doing. And, you know, like all my friends and I that I grew up with, we were all dirt bike, quad riders. I'm a huge skateboarder, and I'm not much of a skateboarder anymore, but I still quad ride. I have my 400EX actually sitting right behind the camera right now in the shop because I like can't not look at it, you know. I love looking at my sport quad. It reminds me of it was actually one of my first real motorized toys that I really appreciated, and that was a Honda 400EX. And it's got no reverse. It's a very simple quad, but it's very sporty, and I love it. And I actually kind of want to design it now to be more of a trail rider than a sport runner like I used to. But I don't want to mess with any of the integrity of the design. I want to like put like a cage basket like on the back to be able to support like a gas tank and a cooler, or like do it on the front of the quad. I probably prefer it on the front, so I can like make sure I don't lose the gas can or the cooler of food, or drinks, of course. And but yeah, I don't know. I love the riding adventurous life, and then I love that it turned into being a pilot because this has been the biggest adventure I've been on, and it's what I actually think about the most now. I actually wake up in the morning thinking about paramotoring, and I go to bed dreaming about hopefully having a great dream so I can keep thinking about it even when I go to sleep. And man, truly, I just don't think there's anything cooler than being a paramotor pilot. It's the pinnacle of all sports. Like, I've tried so hard to be a good skateboarder. I've tried really hard to be a good rider. And now, even being in the car scene, like, I go to a lot of cool car shows, a lot of private underground shows, go to a lot of cool street races and stuff like that with the hot rod. But there's just something about paramotoring that brings out this inner side of me. Like, it was always supposed to be there. Like, or it was something that I've always been waiting to do. And I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it, Kurt. It's like, it's just one of the best times I've ever had. And every time my feet come off the ground, even if I do a low flying flight, it's like the first time every single time, man. And like, don't get it wrong, I actually really enjoy the boating life a lot, and that's why I have this cool little boat that I have. And I want to share it really bad with everybody, but I'm not ready to share it yet because I'm actually doing a lot of things to it. And I'm trying to make it so like the day I do actually show it on YouTube, I do actually believe I'm going to get a lot of funny reactions over the boat because it is so different. And the only thing I can say, I guess, about the boat is that it's not an aluminum boat, like a small boat like that, but it is a small boat. But it's not your average boat, though. It's something... I'm trying to think of how I could say it to where I'm not giving it away. It's just going to be different. I guess I can also say it's driven by jet pump drive, right? So it's like a jet ski, but it's not a jet ski at all. And that's the real reason why I wanted to buy the boat, is that it's a project that I'm obviously redoing everything. And to be totally honest, I actually have the motor already out of it, and I have it up on the bench, which I can show you guys that. See if you guys can see it. Boom. I don't know if you can see that right now, Kurt, but there's the engine right there, and it's a Yamaha. And I don't know about you, Kurt, or anybody that is watching. I don't know if you know about the boating life, but if you want to be on the water, what I've always learned, Yamaha is the way to go. And don't get me wrong, I actually have had a lot of Johnson Evinrude outboards that were great motors. Oh yeah, you know what's so weird though, Kurt? Like, I feel like this time of year and like when it comes to being fall time, it's always like terrible days of flying, you know what I mean? Because I'd be flying, like, well, actually, I do have to admit that almost every day now I have been flying. Like, this is the most flying I think I've done since my paramotoring career has started. But normally, though, like, this time of year and, like, fall time, dude, the weather's so crappy everywhere, you know? So, Kurt, do you do any fishing or anything like that? Not trying to really change the subject, but just out of curiosity, do you fish or do you have a boat or a jet ski? Like, to me, I love the water life too, though, because like hitting the restaurants that are on the water and stuff like that, to me, is my favorite. Like, if I want to go eat out at dinner or lunch, man, there is nothing, and I mean nothing, like hitting the water and then going and hitting a restaurant. So, what I do have, but it's different. I have a mini jet boat right now, and I can't wait to show it off, Kurt. It's so cool. And to me, I've had nothing but bigger boats, and they're such a big hassle. So much to clean. To me, they're like an eyesore in the yard, you know, and I just didn't want that, you know, again. And I just got rid of my center console boat last year. Man, maybe it's been 2 years. No, it was last year. Last year I sold my center console, and that was a 21 footer with a Johnson Evinrude motor, a 175 horsepower engine. I'm sorry, excuse me. And then I've had jet skis since 2017, and dude, I've had so many jet skis, actually, way more than I probably should have ever have had. And I always was buying like these older ones that were cheap, you know, but a lot of fun on the water. I've sank a lot of them, and I've had a lot of money thrown away at them. And that's kind of why I wanted to stay away from the jet skis, because, like, I don't know. To me, they were a ton of fun, but that's not what I'm trying to do either on the water. Like, the one thing I liked about the jet skis is that you can get anywhere super fast. That's what I really enjoyed about the jet ski life. But I didn't like how bad my back would hurt. It was like, you know, the way that you're on these jet skis and how they shake. Oh, you're a hunter. That's actually really cool. I'm actually, so hunting is something that I've actually done very rarely in my life, but I'm not against it. I'm a big time meat eater. I love meat for sure. Pilot Tom that you see in all my videos with the green wing, he's like one of the biggest hunters that I fly with. And I do have a friend named James. He does a ton of hunting. He probably does the most hunting that I know out of all my friends. But yeah, that's super cool, man. I'm a big fan of people that do that. It's something that I wish that I was more into. It's something that I never really grew up around to ever get into. That's the only reason why I never really did it. I do a lot of fishing though, but this boat though that I have isn't really a fishing boat. But I can make it so I can fish on it and stuff, but that's not what I got it for. This boat that I do have that's outside of this, right behind the wall here, is mainly for the luxury of getting to places. You know, that's what really caught my eye. You know, it's cool because it's got a swim platform on the back and stuff like that. That's what's cool about a jet boat, is that they got those cool swim platforms on the back. But like I said, this boat isn't anything special or anything, and it's not something that I'm like hiding. It's just like I'm just waiting till I get the motor back in it, and then it's actually running to do the video on it, you know. Yeah, it's seriously cool, man. It's funny, but I'm going to really love it, you know. It's cool. It's unique and it's different, and that's what I like, is that it's different, you know. But Kurt, dude, we've been on the live for just about an hour now, man. That's pretty impressive, man. So I'm actually probably going to hop off the live. Like I said, I do like to push these for about an hour, and I'm actually blown away that I stayed on here for an hour. So like I said, I'm on here trying to reach out to people that are subscribed to the YouTube channel, trying to really interact with everybody. And Kurt, you're the man for being on here the whole time. We lost Scoob. Scoob's over there watching Aviators right now, which I don't blame him. It's probably more exciting than my live is right now. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go inside, probably go get some food. It is what time is it right now? Man, is it already 7 o'clock or is it 6 o'clock? Let's see. Man, I can't believe that how much time has already flown by. So, but yeah, so anyway, I really do appreciate everyone that hopped on the live today. It really does mean a lot to me that you guys come and watch my videos. It's really my whole world now, and I love being a YouTuber, and I love the adventure that I'm on. So I can't wait to show off the boat that I just recently got. I love the car life scene. I did a little bit of work to the car today, which I'm not too happy to find out that my one front rim is actually twisted, and I have to actually get a new one now. So I'm actually looking out for Krager rims. So I don't know how easy that's going to be to find because they're from the 60s. So we'll see. But yeah, so like I said, thanks again to all of you guys for watching. It really does mean the world to me. And until the next one, everybody, Kurt, I'll talk to you later. And hopefully we'll get to fly with each other sooner than later. So until next one, everybody, thanks for watching. I'll talk